All right, so I'm starting over because YouTube decided not to agree with me today. I had uploaded a video, it deleted, whatever. So today's vlog is about listening to your body. So I started a Daniel fast with my best friend. It has been pretty rough. The first couple of days was rough, but it definitely reminded me about patience. Being patient with my body, being patient with the learning process, researching. The first couple of days of the Daniel fast, I was bloated and swollen as a pig. What I have confirmed is that number one, I don't do well with replacement foods. A lot of vegan foods that I see, you either have to cook from scratch or you can buy these replacement products, stuff like veggie burgers and the fake chicken. And I've seen a lot of different vegan products, but what I found is that most of them are full of preservatives and sodium, and my body doesn't do well. I don't know if everyone knows or not, but I had weight loss surgery in 2015, which was on year 3 of my weight loss journey. And so having weight loss surgery means, one, I can't eat as much as I used to, and two, my body has become ultra sensitive to certain foods, which includes foods that are high in sodium and preservatives and carbohydrates. I don't do well with carbs. They hurt. I feel like they are blowing up in my stomach, and I don't do well with foods that are processed. So last night I took a venture into making veggie burgers, and I used chickpeas. And it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. From a practical approach, I had an old blender that I've had this blender since like 2010. I mean, it's old. And so I used my blender. I soaked my chickpeas. I bought dried garbanzo beans, which is the same thing as a chickpea. I soaked them overnight for about 24 hours, and I used vegetable broth, and I put some garlic in the water, stirred it up. Garlic is one of my favorite things in the world to use other than curry and onion powder, but I used my blender, and it took some work, so I ordered a food processor today because me and my little blender pole thing, it just can't hang with me no more. But it really wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. It tasted good. It wasn't heavy. It wasn't salty because I make my food to my taste. And so from a practical approach, I felt like, okay, I can do this. You know, being patient, changing your lifestyle is a one step at a time type of thing. You definitely have to, number one, plan. You can't just jump into a vegan lifestyle or a Daniel fast or a keto lifestyle and not research and come up with a food list and figure out what products work for you. This last weekend I was in Maryland, and I found this Quest multi-use baking powder, and it's a protein powder. It's whey, but it's a protein powder, no carbs, no sugar, and I used it as a flour replacement. I made pancakes. I used it last night to help bind the chickpeas along with 1 egg. I didn't measure crap, so I can't give you any instructions on how to do this. I looked up a recipe and I kind of went on my own. I am not a recipe user. I use it for ideas, and then I do whatever I want to do. But it's a multi-purpose baking powder replacement. It's like flour, but it's protein, and so you get protein, no carbs, no sugar, and it acts like a protein as far as binding. Came out perfect. And then it taught me about being patient, listening to my body, figuring out what foods did well. I like the Quorn, I guess is how you say it, Quorn. I like their products because they don't have any soy in them. But again, I don't do good with replacement foods. The first couple of days of the Daniel fast, I threw the little replacement foods in there. My legs swelled, my heart was racing, I had a headache. Now, doing this Daniel fast and pretty much being vegan has helped me with one other issue that I had. Since I had weight loss surgery, I've been battling chronic constipation. That is the only complaint that I've had, is that now I can't go to the bathroom without something to help me along the way. But I've been more regular in the past week than I have in the past 3 years. So that goes back to listening to your body, where my body is like, okay, I can do this. So I had black eyed peas, I've had cabbage, I've had raw spinach, carrots. So eating more leafy green vegetables, more beans, which my concern is always carbohydrates, but it's a good carb. And so I did a lot better this week as far as how I felt. The first couple of days I was bloated. I picked up weight. It's dropped. It's already gone. So you have to be patient with any changes you make. You have to plan. You have to listen to your body and be prepared to try more than one thing. I've tried being vegan before. It didn't work because I was always hungry. I felt empty. But what I've noticed is that throwing in the keto component has helped me. So staying low carb, but adding things like MCT oil powder. MCT oil is derived from coconuts. So I went to Vitamin Shop. I get all of my supplies from Vitamin Shop. I went to Vitamin Shop. I bought this MCT oil powder. I put it in my smoothies. I put it in my recipes. It's tasteless. It's color. It's white. It's odorless. And you don't even notice it's in there, but it adds a fat component to your food. So it helps you stay full, and it helps you with cutting the fat in your body. So I encourage you to try new things. Make one small change at a time. If you need help, if you need a coach, if you need a meal plan, of course, reach out, and I'll be more than willing to talk to you about services. And just my biggest thing is be patient and listen to your body. Be prepared to try more than one thing and do what works for you. Everyone's body is different. Everyone's journey is different. I've been doing this for 6 years and I'm still learning what works for me. And you just have to listen and pay attention and focus on taking it one meal, literally one meal at a time.